Good morning, Modern Steaders. We got the mule loaded up to head up to the off-grid property and to check out what's been going on up there with the logging process. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna go explore up there, check it out. But before we do that, we need to eat lunch. We are hungry and get some energy to go up there. I want to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Oh, it already smells good and we don't even get it on the grill yet. Look at this delicious meat. Let's get some seasoning on these steaks. Oh, so good. Get them searing nicely. Those smell so delicious, I can't wait till they're done. I better stay out here and babysit them because I don't want to burn them. I just want to get them seared on one side, and we'll flip it, get it seared, and then I'll close off our grill so it doesn't have such a flame on it so we don't overburn them because we don't want to ruin this meat. It's so good. If you're asking yourself, what is ButcherBox? ButcherBox is 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef, organic chicken, heritage-raised pork, and wild-caught seafood delivered right to your doorstep. That's one of the things we really love about ButcherBox, especially with everything going on right now. It's one less trip we got to make to the grocery store. We can go online, we can put our order in, and every month we get ButcherBox delivered right to our doorstep. And it's awesome. We can change the date of our delivery, we can postpone them, we can change the meats we want. So this month we want a lot more, a bunch of steaks and a little bit of bacon, just a little bit of hamburger, and like one thing of seafood. We can do that, and then if we feel like changing up our options, I can go in, I can change it up, and get our delivery coming. One of the best parts is ButcherBox sends you an email notification saying, hey, you're gonna be getting a shipment within a week, so go on, change it if you want, and that's what we do, and it's just so convenient. We raise all of the food here on our homestead that we do because we want good quality food, and we know when we get our meat from ButcherBox, we're getting the same thing. We don't raise beef cows here, so we can have good quality grass-fed beef shipped right to our door. What's not to like? Let me flip them over and get this side seared. Oh, that's perfect. Those are the grill marks we're going for. If I push this lever in, we don't get a direct flame on the steaks. Right now, ButcherBox is offering to new members that sign up 2 free New York strip steaks and a pack of bacon. Click the link in the video description down below to get that promo, and you always get free shipping. Let's get some potatoes going on the pellet grill. Gives them such good flavor. We cheated though. We already got them half cooked in the house. Oh, baby. Couple more minutes. All right, it should be ready now. Oh yeah, they are. We'll let these rest, and then I'll come back and get the potatoes. Dear Lord.
I need to roll up my sleeves. Oh my, it tastes really good.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Right now until February 28th, ButcherBox is offering new members 2 free New York strip steaks and a pack of bacon in their first box, and shipping is always free. Click the link in the video description down below. I want to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Well, that was good. Let's go get up to the off-grid property.
It is so beautiful out, and the birds are chirping, and we saw some deer tracks already.
So we thought we'd take this opportunity to get into the woods and check out everything and see what the loggers have done. They got quite a bit of stuff that's been going on here in the landing. So let's get in the woods and see what's going on out there. We got some nice sized piles for them to pick up. There's a lot of fir in here. We got a lot of fir trees down there and over here that are already piled up. The reason we're logging right now is the fir is at that stage where some of them are starting to rot, and the ones that aren't rotting are very tall. If you look here, we got a big stand of tall fir. So pretty soon, these are gonna be starting to fall over and get blown down. And we don't want that here, so we're gonna go through now and cut the fir. Now it's getting windy. So that's the, now it's really getting windy. That's the reason we're cutting the fir trees. Here's a good example of one up here. So you got this one right here that's rotted. Hopefully it's not rotted all the way through. Hopefully they can cut the rot off and they can still get logs. Right now these trees are worth money. The firs will get cut and milled. These firs will get cut and shipped off to mills and get made into lumber for building material, for building houses. And depending on the kind of trees, it's depending on what they get made into. Got a cedar right there. The cedars also are starting to rot right there. That's a rot in the center. Right here we got deer track and then coyote tracks right next to it. I'm hoping that the coyotes aren't trying to get the deer and eat them, but it's a good possibility that they are. We got some good clumps of wood out here cut. Look at all the coyote tracks and then the deer tracks. Good morning, Modern Steaders. We're down here at the first landing and the loggers are moved out of this one and they're up above the spot where they logged. This is where the house site's gonna be going, over there behind us. And it's all sucked in with clouds, so I can't show you the view. We got a nice load of logs right here. Everything else has been chipped and taken on out. Got the excavator working, clearing up the lot. We're gonna keep those two nice big rock maples. And all over here will be pasture. And the house will be up here, and down here will be all pasture. Let's head on up to the upper landing and see what's going on. Look at all those animal tracks over there coming out of the ditch.
Oh yeah.
Something's liking it. The crane operator is going through the hitches of wood that the skidders have brought out, and he's putting the trees on his slasher, cutting them to log length and checking the logs to see if they have any rot in them. If they don't have any rot in them, he's setting them along in front where he just piled them, and they'll get stacked up later on as logs to get brought to different mills. And if they have rot, or if they're too small to do anything with, they get put into the chipper and they get chipped up, and the chips are a byproduct of the logging, and the chips get sold off for wood chips to get burnt to make electricity in our area. The skidder's gonna move the logs over that the slasher cut into logs over to the log pile right in front of the delimber. This machine right here is gonna take the logs later on. It'll grab them, clamp them, and just kind of like slide up them and cut the limbs off. I haven't seen that one in action yet, but one of these times we'll get it while it's running. so far the logging's going really well. I'm glad we were able to get the loggers in there this winter because a lot of those firs are rotted and they're already starting to blow down. The longer we let those stands go, the better chance we have of them getting blown over and being no good for nobody, and then making those woods harder for us to walk in, the animals to walk in. So I'm glad they're over there making progress. It's looking really good so far. We're gonna have some nice trails when they're all said and done. The house area is looking amazing. Once springtime comes, we'll really be able to start figuring out more pasture area and more silvo pasture. A lot of the woods we're going to clean up and open up so we can have silvo pasture, which is a mix of trees and pasture for our animals. We're going to be building up there. We're hoping to start it this year. We're trying to line everything up and see what we can get done this year and what we can get going this year. And then we can have our house up there, all of our animals out there, all of our pastures up there. And there's just so much to do. We have so much pasture land we need to make. After the hay shortage that's been going on this year, it's making me realize we need to make more hay pastures up there. Whether we'll make hay out of them every year, I'm not sure. But at least if we have pastures up there that are hay pasture quality, when we need hay, or when we have the equipment, I should say, we can start making our own hay. A lot of the reason we're having hay shortages this year, at least in our area, is we had a drought, but not only that, with everything going on with the pandemic, a lot more people are wanting to raise their own food or buy from local farmers, and that means there's more livestock around here that need grass to eat. So it's a good problem. Everybody's just got to figure it out, and the more pasture land we can make, the better that's going to be. Because here going forward, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more people raising their own animals for food and buying more from local farmers. So no matter what, we're going to need more pasture land. So I'm just thinking, how much of our land do we want to make into hay fields? And how much of our land is suitable for hay fields? So that's all stuff we need to figure out while we're logging, and the upcoming years while we're there. Figure out what the land wants to be, what it's suitable for, and what it's not suitable for. It makes me excited that we need more pasture land in our country. We have a lot of land out there that can be put into use for pasture and to feed animals, but we make it into lawns, we let it overgrow and grow up and, you know, get overgrown into forest. The woods that we're logging right now, all of that back in the day used to be pasture. It's all woods now, but back in the 1800s, that was pasture. So we need to get back to that. That whole property is not going to be pasture, but we need to get back there so we can start having good quality food, local food that's produced right into our region, so that way we have food security. That's a lot of the issues we're having this year, is food security. We're learning that, oh, our food isn't close, or oh, if there's a hiccup here and there, we could have issues. We need to get back to grass, at least in our area, because that's what you can grow good in this area. So we need to keep that in mind up here at our property when we're figuring out the layout and how we're going to sort it all out, is what's the best way to maximize pasture and grass, so we can be feeding ourselves and other local people in the area, because we want to have this to be a big full-fledged farm in the years to come. It's getting cold in the house. I'm going to bring this wood in the house, get a good fire going. This is where we're going to end today's video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey with us, guys. This is just the beginning. We got so much going on up at this new property. I can't wait to share it with you. Share more details when we have them. We're working and lining up so many different steps. This is a big project, and we got to make sure everything falls in a row. So there's a lot of things we're not saying yet or telling the plans on because we don't know them yet, but we're getting closer and closer every day. I want to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. If it wasn't for sponsors like ButcherBox and viewers like you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here at Lumnah Acres. So thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.